Welcome to Granny's Peaches Kitchen. Chris and Blair. Today we're making homemade chicken noodle soup
with rotisserie style chicken. So here we're gonna have a rotisserie chicken. We like the chicken so much that what we do is we use 2 breasts from the rotisserie chicken. On a normal you would only use 1, but we do. And they've had the legs off of one of them, so basically it's still gonna be like 1 full rotisserie chicken. So I even use the bones with it. I just don't use the back of it. I use the front part, the breast, the legs, and the wings, and I put the whole thing in there along with the broth that comes with the rotisserie chicken. We usually get them from Sam's Club, but you can get them from anywhere. They sell them at Myers, Kroger's, any grocery store that has rotisserie chicken. This is rotisserie style. We cut up 2 cups of celery. I bought a package of 1 pound baby carrots. I used 1 tablespoon of Lawry's seasoning salt, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, and a teaspoon of black pepper. We use cream of mushroom. You can use any brand cream of mushroom you choose. I use Campbell, and I use the Lipton onion soup mix. I use 1 of the container packages in there, and I put it in there. And you can use any noodles that you want. I used 1 medium onion and chopped it up. I used 1 bell pepper, chopped it up, and I used the tops from some of the celery and used that for seasoning, to help with the seasoning. So I'm gonna go and break up the chicken the rest of the way inside the pot and put it on a boil, and we'll come back. Okay, so I have dropped in the chicken and the chicken broth that was left from the rotisserie chicken. I took the bones off the breast side. We do not use the bones or any part of the back. We just use the legs and the thighs and the wings and the breast. And the bones from the wings and the thighs and the legs we leave in there. I'm pouring in the garlic powder now, the black pepper, and the seasoning salt. I'm going to mix it real good, and then I'm going to let it boil for about an hour on medium, so that it can go ahead and break up the rest of that chicken and boil it in and get that good flavor going in that boil. And when we come back, we'll go ahead and put the rest of the seasoning and stuff in, which will be the vegetables. We do that at the end. The vegetables and the other seasoning, like the Lipton onion soup mix and the cream of mushroom. We put that in at the end, and we let that boil in for about 30 minutes, and then we just put the noodles in and let them cook. If I were you, I'm not you, I tried it once and it burned. I don't use the noodles that are fresh noodles, or the noodles that were store-bought kind of fresh noodles. I don't know what you want to call them, but we bought some from Sam's Club and they kind of burned at the bottom of the pot before, so I don't care for those. Just get the hard spaghetti noodles and just let them cook in there on a boil for about 7 to 10 minutes, and then you can just put the lid on it, turn it off, and it'll cook the rest of the way, and just stir it real good. We'll be right back. Time to put the vegetables in, the carrots and the celery. The celery tops, the bell pepper, all the onions, and we're going to do the Lipton onion soup mix and the cream of mushroom. Now let me say this about the cream of mushrooms. For you, those of you that don't like mushrooms, you can use cream of celery or you can use cream of chicken. It's up to you what you use. The cream of celery, cream of mushroom, or cream of chicken is basically to get the broth to be thicker. It's got the flour mixed in there, so that's what that's there for. That's the reasoning for that mixture. All of our vegetables were pre-cleaned. The top of our soup was cleaned off and wiped off clean. And mixing this soup in, the Lipton onion soup mix in with that. Everything else was already in there. And then we let that cook for another half an hour. And after that half an hour, it'd be time to drop the noodles over in there. And we'll be right back. Hey everybody, we're back. It's been about 30 minutes. I checked to see if it was ready to that point by taking out one of the fatter carrots and fork touching it and seeing and taking it out and biting it and make sure it was soft enough. And so now I'm going to break the spaghetti noodles in half and drop them in. And what you do is let this boil for about 10 minutes. And after the 10 minutes, you can turn the fire off because it's going to be hot enough. And you just stir occasionally to make sure that the noodles don't stick at the bottom. Originally, I started out, I don't think I told you all this, I started out with 12 cups of water. And by the time you threw in all of the vegetables and everything, it made it bigger. With mine, I had something to do and I ran off for a minute. So it cooked down a little further than I wanted it to. So when it cooked down, I had to put 3 more cups of water in. You all don't have to do that. But when I did that, I added a little more seasoning to it. So I'm going to cover this up. I'm going to make sure all of the noodles are up under the water and then under the soup. And the noodles, this is 16-ounce spaghetti noodles. It doesn't matter what brand, just as long as it's spaghetti noodles. And I appreciate you all, and I'll see you back soon. Okay guys, it's pretty hot, so you better blow it a little bit before you taste it and let me know how it tastes.
It's not that hot.
It's not that hot? Okay, well how does it taste is the question. Are you still eating, huh?
It's good.
It's good.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs
Double
up, Marky.
thumbs.
Double thumbs. Okay, guys.
Double
All
thumbs.
good, guys. I hope you guys enjoy this little tutorial here that the guys have set up for you. Okay, bye-bye. Have a good evening.